is up, RetroManiacs? Welcome to the Retro Card Chat Podcast. My name is Mike, and I am from Mike's Retro Trading Cards. We may not have guys dunking over Kias here, but what we do have is the Star Trek card investor, Joe Day, and EP Pot, Eric Pahowick. Hello! Boys, how's it going?
Thank you to your mic, the MVP of this pod so far, because it shut you up when you really leaned in and screamed. That was a lot. I wonder how that's going to play. Yeah,
I'm glad Mike's voice is back. I mean, he's 100% back, baby.
For it.
Oh man. Yes. For those of you who did watch my rip, and I scared the shit out of Bailey. The 3 takes where I had to do the sports card investor intro, but
it took 3 takes.
It did take me 3 takes because I kept laughing. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like I kept laughing at it.
I was worried about that in the whole intro here too.
Yeah. It was rough, but yeah. And then you got what are we calling him?
EP Pot. EP Pot, yeah. The recommendation in the comment section was E-Pot, which was funny, but I think he needs to be EP Pot.
EP Pot. You kind of shave your head. You could look like him. If this video gets to 1,000 likes, EP will get contacts.
That's not enough likes.
Will grow a little scruff and shave his head.
That's not enough likes.
And really morph into Teapot. I think that'd be fantastic.
Be fantastic, absolutely. People are here for that kind of content, EP.
Yeah. Give the people what they want.
That's what we do. That's what we do here. So, how's it going, boys? For real this time. What's new and exciting, Joe?
Couple of things. First, I am going to have a beer, and as you can see here, of course,
Definitely. Yeah.
But I have off. Yeah, exactly. I have off on Monday, and I took off on Tuesday because Rob's out of town this weekend. He comes back Tuesday. But if we leave Bailey in her crate or even around the house at all by herself for more than like 4 hours, she shits everywhere and rolls in it in protest. That's been fantastic cleanup. So I'm taking off Tuesday. So I figured, why not have a beer with some oomph? So we've got, this is double IPA 9.5. But here's the thing, boys. Here's the thing. Let me crack this open. Okay. I'm going to be working the Beer Fest Friday, this coming Friday night. If you're in Pittsburgh, come on out. I volunteer at the Beer Fest. And I need to get my pour, like I usually drink from a can, but I got to get my pour on a little bit. See how I can do. So let me pour into this glass here. Let's see.
Riveting.
This is riveting. Hold on. It'll be worth it. It'll definitely be worth it. In my opinion.
It's going to take like half the podcast just to pour the beer.
I know. This is only
look at that though.
That's not a bad pour, but
not bad. Of course. Because of course.
Do the thing. Come on.
Because here we are. This is a canned glass from the Star Trek shop, and it is engraved for those of you who are listening to the podcast. We got the Star Trek logo and then Joe Day across the bottom. Fantastic. I love it. Cheers. EP, join me in a drink. Join me in a drink, sir.
I do have a beer. What's your rank in Starfleet?
I'm probably a lieutenant commander, just kind of working my way up. I'd like to get to captain someday, but yeah, I'm a lieutenant commander. Okay. But definitely red shirt lieutenant commander. I'm in the executive, so to speak.
All right.
So
this is what happens when I invite the Star Trek card investors. So.
Exactly. That's the problem. Let me have
my dogs are.
The dogs love it. The dogs are loving it. Let me take a sip.
They hear the communication device go off, and they're like, "Oh, Joe must be on."
That's true.
That is 9.5%. I'll tell you that. But all joking aside, if you are in Pittsburgh randomly on Friday, swing by the Beer Fest. Should be a good time.
I was going to potentially go to Pittsburgh and volunteer with Joe, and he kind of volunteered me, but my stepmom has an appointment that day, and so I can't go. But
so he's a dick, but it's fine.
This is true.
Not because of that. But
no, right. No, yeah.
But speaking of people not being dicks, all right, last couple of weeks were pretty rough. talking about backyard breaks, talking about Jeff Wilson and his douchey response, Brian Gray, all that stuff. Really, really hurt my soul as a hobbyist, right? It's like, oh my God, are there any good people left in the hobby? Then Tuesday, I come home to a package delivered to me. And I was like, I'm not expecting anything. I did, I order a bunch of stuff. I do. Let's be real. But I did not expect this package. And I look at it and it feels like a t-shirt. I'm like, what could this possibly be? And it's from Florida. I'm like, who is sending me a t-shirt from Florida?
Backyard breaks.
Backyard breaks. And now I'm going to have to move my little station here. But so I opened it up and I saw this blue and yellow jersey. I'm like, what could that be? Turned it around. Kenny Pickett autographed and authenticated jersey. Can you hear me still? Can you hear
Not
me?
very well.
Kenny Pickett autographed and authenticated jersey. I'm like, what in the world? Who sent me this? So I looked at the note and Joe, I figured you would put this to better use than I would. Hope you like this rack. Hail to Pitt at Finstone Cards. Finstone Cards, I think he's a public school teacher. He is a huge Dolphins fan, huge Ricky Williams fan. Obviously, Stone Cards, get it? Huge Ricky Williams fan. And he had this jersey for some reason and sent it to me just out of the blue. And it reinvigorated my love for the hobby. There are actually not all terrible people out there. It was like 99%. I'm pretty sure all of these people are terrible. And then it brought me back. I'm down to 98%. I'm pretty sure all these people are terrible. It brought me back a percentage. But big shout out to Finstone Cards. Got a couple of racks recently. Thanks to everyone who's sent me stuff. It's unnecessary, but very, very appreciated. So thank you to Finstone Cards. And follow him on Twitter. He does stock sales from time to time. And he's a big Ricky Williams collector. So
that's awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah, amazing. There are a lot of good people in the hobby.
Yeah,
there really are. Unfortunately, we do this little podcast every week and we talk about news stuff.
Right.
Not a whole lot of glowing, happy news that always comes out. There's a lot of bad stuff that happens. And this is my weekly reminder to you that Whatnot and Brian Gray and all of them involved in the whole backyard breaks things, all scumbags. Nothing has been done about it. Nothing will be done about it. I will say, though, I give Upper Deck and Panini a little credit because they did at least get back to Darren Ravel and let him know that they do not sell direct product to backyard breaks.
Okay.
Tops and Fanatics ignored them. PSA, who had them break there, ignored them, and Whatnot ignores them. So clearly we know who lets them have product and who doesn't. And the people that are in business with them making money, just shutting up till it goes away, because that's how this hobby works. But I'm going to remind you people all the time that they did this. Grant did this, who's still temporarily suspended. We don't even know if his
see you in a month, Grant.
Is gone for good.
See you in a month.
Still with the business. They're still breaking. They're still making all the money that they normally make. Nothing has changed for them whatsoever, even though he clearly broke Whatnot's terms of service. So I'm just bringing that up there. So anyway, EP, how's it going?
I mean, like Joe said, like this, it's been a rough few weeks, and and you just bringing up the backyard breaks thing. Thanks for that too. But anyhow, I thought to myself, you know what? Well, at least we got Top Series 1 coming, right? We got Top Series 1 coming this week. And then I checked the prices on blowout cards, and they were at $225 a box or whatever. And so they went from $190 to $225 for the jumbos. And I'm like, no, not doing it. I won't check David Adams. And they had a 220, and I thought, it's only 220 here. But then I was like, no, what are you doing? It's going to be $190 again in a week. And so over the course of some text conversations with you guys, Mike reminded me that the Halo set, which I had seen and kind of blew off as whatever. And so I did a thing. I got 2 boxes of Upper Deck Halo Legacy Collection. Amazing stuff. And since I wasn't spending $600 on Top Series 1, I also got 3 boxes of Upper Deck Infinity Trilogy, Marvel Infinity Trilogy, which I like. The Infinity Trilogy art is some of my favorite art in all of comics. So that was really cool. I have opened the Halo. The Halo is amazing. I got a Cortana autograph.
Hey, we might put this on the channel.
Well, we're going to. Hey, we can listen. That's the big deal. Well, the Mike can beep it out. Mike can beep it out. But I was gonna show off some of the cards. Am I allowed to do that or not?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
All right.
Base cards.
This is called a teaser for his video.
Parallel cards. Here's one of the parallels. See, okay. It's a little bit shiny. Cool. And then here's another one of the parallels. This one, these are numbered, very, very dark, but it's a very cool parallel. Yeah, you can't see anything at all.
I see like blonde hair at the top. Is that blonde
great hair? Choice, Harry? Show the card that you can't see.
That's a helmet. So you'll have to watch you have to watch the rip to see what they look like. But anyhow, I got some very, very cool parallels. I got a very, very cool autograph card, and I had a blast opening that. I can't wait to open the Marvel. Like again, that is the art that I think of the comics.
You to open the Marvel.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And like opening the stuff, I was like, man, this Upper Deck stuff's awesome. I know Joe's been opening Upper Deck like non-sport stuff for a while, and I've been I would open up the Metal Avengers, and I like that. But just the base cards in this set are it's just a really cool set, and I enjoyed it so much. So
EP went to 8-bit. I love it.
He did.
For a hot second. And Mike, before we started recording, you opened up some Upper Deck stuff for fun too, and it was an absolute blast. I think. Yeah, show it off. Show off that Looney Tunes stuff.
Look at that. Look at that Daffy Duck.
Like that is those are sharp cards. Upper Deck is coming out with Scooby-Doo cards in the next few months. They're going to be doing DC stuff. I think they're doing DC Annual here in the next couple of months, which is not my thing. I'm not a current comic book reader, so I probably won't buy any of that. But again, they're hopefully coming out with Clear Ultra Superman, Metal Batman. Can we all agree here and now, the three of us? Can we all agree that Upper Deck and Rittenhouse are the two best companies producing cards right now? Like, is there any question? Like, for the price, for what you get, for the enjoyment level, I mean, I don't even think it's close at this point. Like, I know you like some top stuff, EP, but what made you feel happier? Opening up that box of Halo or potentially a box of for $220?
I mean, Series 1 would have been awesome. But it was
for $220.
I spent $300, $150 a piece on the 2 Halo boxes. So and and then Marvel boxes were $90 a piece. And so I mean, like I got lots of boxes to open for the same amount I would have for less than what I would have paid for the 3 jumbo boxes.
And you're the biggest baseball person on this podcast, and even that to you is like it's close, but you enjoyed yourself with the Upper Deck stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had a blast. Yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to rip some 2025 Topps baseball too, and I did the same thing, EP. I looked at the price. I'm like, no, I know how much they printed of this. I'm not paying over retail for this just because it's coming out right now. That's stupid. So I did the same thing as you. I've been looking at some Marvel Masterpieces Platinum boxes for a while now, and they came down a little bit more. So I have 2 of those coming. I'm going to rip, and I'll pick up Topps baseball. I'll get mega boxes or blasters. That stuff will be available. Hobby boxes will be down in a week or 2. So I like to rip some of that. I'll get some to rip, but not like no way. We just went over the numbers of what they printed and how much more they printed this year. Not doing it. I'm not paying over retail. So maybe if more people would stop paying over retail, this whole game that the distributors play would be over with. Because you're raising the price not because it costs you anymore. It's just because, okay, well, it's coming out and we're going to make more money on this and we're going to rip the consumer off. So,
and I also feel like what they do is they certain online retailers, they'll show, we're out of product. So as they have to get another drop of product, there's no way. There is no way that's happening.
They already is notorious for doing this. They did it with
all of them do.
And it comes back, and then all of a sudden it's $20 more than it was the last time. Then they run out again, and then it's $20 more than it was last time.
They price fix. And they price fix.
All of them run out at the same time, and all of them raise their price at the same time, and all of them raise their price to the same thing at the same time. Like they think people are stupid, but you have the product, you have it all. It's in your warehouse. You're just raising the price and you're all doing it together. I don't care what they try to say.
Sadly, some people are stupid though, Mike. That's the problem.
Well, a
some
lot of
people are
people
stupid, and they will go and pay the $225 for a box of flagships.
I gotta have it though. I gotta have it.
I gotta have those the silver pack 1990, the chrome 1990 Topps chromes. Like I want those so badly, but I'm not gonna pay like it's going up $30 just because it's the day before release or 2 days before release.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous to me. Like it's not, no way. Forget it.
And I opened up on the channel, and even like sports card people who watched the box of inflections I opened were like, oh my God, that was a lot of fun. That was the most expensive product that you can get from Rittenhouse for Star Trek. And it was less than $300. And you got 3 autographs, a bunch of cool metal cards, really, really nice set. And that, when it came out, I'm sure was only $150, maybe. But at the time, that's still, oh my God, $150. That seems like a lot. You can get so much cool non-sports stuff from Upper Deck and Rittenhouse for a good price. Marvel card collectors, Star Wars card collectors, not so much anymore. I don't at WWE. I'm not 100% sure what might have changed. Oh, that's right, Fanatics. Fanatics. That's I remembered real quick. Yeah, Fanatics, the World Eater.
Not to go off on a tangent. World Eater theories.
Yeah.
Not to go off on a tangent, but like my concern is that they are already coasting with their sports stuff, right? You can tell they don't have collectors there making decisions. Then now they're going to get the Marvel, and then they do the same thing with Star Wars, except for obviously ridiculously high priced stuff. But like, what are they going to do with Marvel? Like they're gonna it's going to be worse than coasting, because they've been coasting as the top sports brand has been a thing for a long time, but they can't coast because they don't have any momentum yet with Marvel. So we'll have to see what they do there. But I'm very
Spider-Man Mercury. I'm calling it now. Here and now, Spider-Man Mercury is going to be a thing.
Wouldn't surprise me. Well, hopefully the prices of all this stuff will come down, because we now have a savior in the hobby. Did you see Tom Brady? Yes, Tom Brady is going to be a card shop owner like I used to be. I can't wait to see him sitting in the shop, sorting through cards, collating them, putting them in order, doing all that stuff that store owners do, because Tom Brady has bought 50% stake in Card Vault. I guess Card Vault is like a Boston area card shop. I think they have they buy Fenway Park and have them in some really key locations. But Tom Brady is now a 50% owner, and they're changing the name to Card Vault by Tom Brady. I am so happy that Tom is now going to be in the hobby, grinding away, doing all the stuff that I used to do, or I had other people do because I didn't. I
don't think you're making
I can spin this web any way I want to. But yeah, they're going to open. They announced an opening of a store at the America's Dream Mall, which is right by East Rutherford, New Jersey, by the stadium there, MetLife Stadium. Is that what it's called now?
Whatever it's called now. Yeah.
And I guess they have plans to expand nationally and internationally. How cool is it that Tom Brady is now a card shop owner?
The 50% he paid in is probably the 50% that doesn't do the work. I'm going to go out and say, yeah, I know. Where's his Dave Kimber? That's what I need to know.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Mike, okay, pulling back the curtain. Mike's dad did most of that sorting. So I don't know what
I don't remember it that
way. Joking aside, I gotta say, how nervous are you if you're Jeff Wilson right now? Because you were going to be that card shop. You were going to be Fanatics, baby. You were going to be the one that Michael Rubin was like, this is what all card shops need to be like. And now Michael Rubin's BFF is getting into card shops. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the suck-ass meter is going to go through the roof going forward with Jeff Wilson. Anything that Topps produces, anything that Michael Rubin says, anything that Fanatics F's up, he is going to be there to smooch on that little white ass of Michael Rubin's. You know he's going to. So
he's unhinged today.
It's at
so
9.5.
early.
I know. I had a couple of sips into a 9.5 and I am off the rails. But in all seriousness though, like if you're Jeff Wilson, you've got to be like, oh, I'm not the teacher's favorite anymore, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you were talking about this, Mike, I thought to myself of the times when I would come to your shop on Saturdays after hours when you were still sitting there, still listing stuff on eBay after hours, like the door's locked, the lights are turned off, still sitting there. Tom Brady's investing in this. He's not doing any of that stuff, man. Like, I wonder if he'll even step foot in any of these places. You think he's
for
gonna
grand openings, grand openings, and like special releases?
Special events?
I bet you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But I mean, yeah, he's not. I mean, I think. I mean, it's cool that we have athletes that are interested in this, but like, it seems like an investment thing. I mean, it's probably a smart thing to do. It's because there's lots of money in the hobby. So, from his perspective, from a business perspective, it's good. But yeah, he's not going to be. I'm sorry, he's not going to be grinding like he used to grind, Mike.
You guys have burst my bubble. I don't believe it. I feel like I'm going to be able to walk into any of these places at any
At the same time,
and Tom is going to be behind the counter. He's going to say, "Hey, how you doing today?" And I'll be like, "Hey, Tom, how you doing?"
There might be a Tom behind the counter, but probably not the Tom.
Wouldn't it be cool if they hired people that looked like Tom?
Yeah,
Brady?
doppelgangers. Yes.
Yeah, and just called them all Tom.
Or get that guy whose body they used for that Fanatics card.
Yeah.
To come in and like sign autographs as Tom Brady's lower.
They could just put like a little Halloween mask.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Not one of those Mission Impossible masks.
Yeah.
One of the Mission Impossible masks. It just looks just like him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because those are real. But yeah, I think your bubble is burst, Mike. I don't think the Tom Brady is gonna be there. I'm sorry, man.
Like, you guys are buzzkills. My one connection to Tom Brady, like, if I ever run into Tom Brady somewhere, I'll be like, "Oh, Tom, how do you feel about collating cards?" I hated that. That was the one part of the shop that I hated. Do you hate that too? And like, we'd have that little connection, and like Tom and I would become best friends, and I could have him over for dinner, and I get invited to the white parties because I'm Tom's friend.
You're his plus one, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
If you hand Tom Brady like a 5-row box of cards and say, "Here you go," what do you think he would do with it? What do you think his first thought would be?
I think he would do the same thing Mike did and hand it to Kimber. I don't know what we're talking about here.
It's like, oh, I'll give this.
Just hand this to a man working for store credit. Oh, I miss those days.
I knew how to do it.
Yeah, you were smart.
It wasn't that I didn't want to do that work, Joe. I had to take care of all the customers. I was the face of the company.
Face. Yeah.
Like, I can't sit down at a table collating cards when I have to deal with customers and greet them when they come in the door.
Or go golfing with us after lunch. I mean,
before that. Order lunch with them, play mage night, whatever it is I had to do to promote my brand is what I did. I not that I couldn't do the other stuff or didn't want to, I just didn't have time.
You really understood that matrix, the urgent, important, not important, not urgent. Like, you really understood how to work that, and you were on the urgent and important stuff, and you delegated the other stuff, right?
Yeah. I did. I mean, I'm a good delegator.
I first off, EP throwing out like corporate language there just made me like, isn't that usually the thing? You hate EP when people say,
"Oh, I do."
Like, you were just working on synergy there. You were just
Yes, but I also love to bring it up.
Well, let us know in the comments below. Do you think Tom Brady's going to be in the store sorting cards? I do. Let me hold on to that dream that Tom will be doing all the dirty work.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, if he is, there's going to be a camera on him.
Oh, yeah,
no doubt about that. Yeah.
Well,
I would have had cameras on me if we had them back in the day.
Yeah, we would have dominated YouTube back then.
Big star.
I do wonder. That's a good point, EP. I mean, I do wonder if he will do card-esque content. But I'm serious about that. I think at your real takes, because Mike was doing a bit there. But like, what do you think? Do you think Jeff Wilson really is nervous, as I am throwing it out there? Like, it does feel like something like this is what Cards HQ was supposed to be. Like, oh, we're going to expand, we're going to franchise, we're going to be international, and they're not. They haven't done that. I'm wondering if he's worried that maybe Michael Rubin did find a new buddy to do this.
I feel like I don't know how worried he is about it. Like, he's probably has his own bag of badgers he's dealing with, kind of thing. So like, I don't think. I guess I don't think he really has to worry about that. I don't think that's his issue. He's got to concentrate on his own business, probably.
I think I feel the opposite. I feel like he should be a little bit, interested in following the situation. I think they did talk or announce that they're going to be opening a second Cards HQ, or they're looking to open a second. So that
His
came
concept
out.
of a plan to open up a second one.
Yeah, probably. That came out. We didn't get to talk about it on the podcast, but that was brought up in the last couple of weeks. So I wonder if he knew this Tom Brady thing was going down, and Tom Brady stores across the country. I mean, let's not put the cart in front of the horse here, because it's going to take a while. They have a couple stores now, and it's going to take them a while if they're going to be a nationwide thing. I don't know if it's possible. Is it even possible to be a nationwide card shop chain? That's a good discussion to have too. But I think Jeff Wilson, has to see them as competition. They are competition. If they're not in the same area yet, but if his plans are that he wants to grow that business and become a nationwide thing, then they're absolutely competition, and he should be a little bit concerned about it, because that one has Tom Brady working for it behind the counter. Jeff is behind the counter saying hi to everybody too, right? And Tom Brady is now going to be doing the same.
Yeah, I will say, I think Tom Brady will work as much at his shop as Jeff does at his. Well, I'm putting it out there. I agree with you, Mike.
Didn't you shake hands with Jeff when you were at Cards HQ?
No, he was nowhere
summer?
to be found. The two nerds who he went in with, those guys were working. Those guys actually were working.
Gotcha.
Again, the 50% thing, right? Those two guys were actually talking to customers and going around the shop. But yeah, it'll be interesting, because it feels like they're both vying for Dad's attention, right? They're both vying for Michael Rubin's attention. And Tom Brady doesn't have to vie too hard. He's Tom fucking Brady, right?
What Atlanta?
Can there be a national card shop though? Like,
yes,
is that?
I think so.
It's called GameStop. It's called GameStop. They already got it.
Yeah, and you could franchise them. It could be a franchise thing where they get a percentage stake of profits or whatever. Like, it wouldn't be them overseeing everything. I think it very much is possible if you have a big company like Fanatics putting product into your shops, which they obviously will, right? I mean, they're going to have a ton of wax there. That might be their sole focus, to be honest. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Is there an Atlanta area athlete who has the kind of pull that Brady has and the kind of money that Brady has to be able to be that person for Cards HQ? I don't think there is.
Desmond Ritter, maybe?
Like I was thinking,
slam on Jeff. Little slam on Jeff there. Sorry, Jeff.
Like Chipper Jones, it would possibly be somebody, but I don't think they don't have anybody that's even close to Tom Brady level of just his fandom, and then also probably
Matt Ryan for a solid half hour, maybe, but then probably
then Tom Brady
towards the last 15 to 20 minutes, Tom Brady
I was thinking about
probably
that
eclipse him in that superpower, right? So no, I don't think there is. And Atlanta is kind of a hotbed for cards. Culture Collision is a thing that a lot of folks like. So I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta isn't in the target area if they were going to expand nationwide. I mean, that's a big area down there. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It's a story to definitely watch. 6 months down the road, we could be talking about how there's just two of them still. Right. That wouldn't surprise me.
I can't wait till they open the one in Butte, Montana. And Tom goes for the.
Were you googling small towns or something while we were?
Yes,
Butte's not small for Montana. I know my geography quite well. Shout out to Ted Yeager.
Ted Yeager.
I only got Montpelier and whatever the other one was.
Vermont, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
The capitals of those.
And Montpelier.
Yeah.
I just transposed the two.
By the way, there's one other person watching this right now who is loving this or listening to this. Brent Heinzelman, shout out to you, who I'm sure had Ted Yeager as a teacher as well.
All right. Well, did you see the future of card grading is now?
Again?
Jeez, again.
I think Joe's
HGA's back. Weren't they the future of card grading?
Kind of. Tag grading came out with a statement that was basically thanking its supporters. And in the last paragraph of the statement, they talked about tag remote grading pods. They want to have remote stations where you can put a card into it. It'll be analyzed by their computer. A grade will be made. It'll be encapsulated, everything right there. And social media, this was all over Twitter. I think it was Saturday night. I saw this everywhere. The one thing that really stood out to me was the fact that in this paragraph where it talked about these grading pods, it said, our ultimate goal is to democratize grading and introduce remote grading pods. These are not a real thing. To anybody out there who's talking about it or posting on social media or doing YouTube content, this is not a real thing. They do not have these things. That wording, their goal is they want to get here. I feel like HGA had this same goal. I'm almost positive, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody remembers in the comments, but I feel like HGA talked about wanting to use their computer grading to set up grading stations where people could have it done by a computer and not have a person there. That's what TAG wants to do. It would be a great idea if it ever actually happened. I'm going to bet on the probably not ever going to happen part here. Maybe they'll come up with one that they'll put maybe in Cards HQ. Who knows? Wherever somebody will pay them money
National. At the National. I could see maybe him doing something
National.
Like that at the National.
But I think we have a way to go before this is anywhere near actually being a thing. But hey, let's all talk about it because it's TAG. The TAG bots, if they're watching our show, are going to hammer us for talking badly about it.
TAG bots.
I don't dislike TAG. I think their slabs look really neat. I like the fact that you can go and you can see where the blemishes are on your card and what they graded it, why they graded it the way they did. I'm just saying, I don't think we're going to have a grading pod anywhere in the near future. Maybe we are. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
It broke EP there for a hot second.
I'll get into it.
Yeah. So first off, when you said HGA, I had to kind of rack my brain. I feel like I got Men in Black there, where I like totally tried to put them out of my mind as an actual grading company. But yes, anyone who doesn't believe that they were excited about winning the HGA lottery, you're lying. You were super excited when you won that lottery. We all were. As for this, if this was real, this is awesome. This is like life-changing, world-altering technology that they're talking about doing, and it would be really, really cool. That being said, it kind of feels like going to the grocery store and going to the self-checkout instead of having a human do it. So all of a sudden now people are losing their jobs. There are no graders anymore, which I don't know. Maybe that is
That's
a perfect
not a
world.
bad thing, is it?
Yeah. But like on its face, it sounds like a good idea. That being said, here's my issue with it. No one's going to use it. And I said this about TAG when they first started, when they said, we're computerized. We are going to tell you exactly what your grade is. You know, it's going to be a 9 point, whatever. We're going to round up, round down, whatever. People don't want accurate grades. How many times can I say this? People want 10s. They do not care about accuracy. TAG may be the most accurate grading company because they're bringing AI into it. 100% believe that. And now with these pods, it's literally no human is going to make any sort of decision. They're not, calling up to TAG headquarters and be like, hey, can you double check? It's a computer. That's what it would be. No one's going to use this. No one's going to want this. They want they want the potential of human error to give them a 10. That's all they want. That's why PSA keeps getting 1.5 million cards a month.
So, Mike, when you were describing this whole pod thing, I thought to myself, all the videos of early robot dogs and stuff, like walking and falling down. Then I pictured the stuff from Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2 with all of his all of his drones and stuff, like all those things, like all breaking, and folding in on themselves and everything. And I thought to myself, these are the kinds of things they're going to be handling our wonderful our cards that we want to get graded, that we think, oh, this is a 10, this is a beauty. I'm either going to make a lot of money or I want to have it on, I want to have it as for my collection. We're going to put it in this machine and the machine's going to go and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden it's going to come out encased and be fine. No way. Forget
like putting
it.
a dollar bill into like a vending machine, and if it's not perfect, it like spits it out, and then you keep trying to jam it back.
Yep. Yeah,
that's what I'm visioning, right?
And then you hear it like tearing the dollar bill in there when the machine's not working right. Like I just thought like, oh my gosh. So that's one of my big concerns. Also, I think I do recall us talking about grading pods of some type. I can't remember if it was linked to HGA or not, but I remember us talking about people walking into a store and being able to get a card graded at a thing. It might have, but very well might have been HGA. And then like the thing about the pods, like you were saying, Joe, the thing, like for me, when I grade cards, it's like an event, right? Like I'm it's like the anticipation. You send it off, you wait for it. The grades, the thing pops and we can mail back to you. Then there's the opening where this kind of like turns it into just a transaction. And I feel like, at least for me, what I get out of grading, I would get none of that from this, and it would just be a transaction where I'm putting this in, I'm paying money, and it's coming back out.
But a lot of people just look at grading as a transaction.
Sure, I agree. But I mean, I think there are a lot of people like me who do enjoy that part of it. So, and that would be a downside for me for the pods.
Or it's like a slot machine.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
Oh no, that's true.
Okay, like you're putting your card in, you're like, okay, baby, come on, give me that 10, give me that 10.
It's gonna be in every grocery store.
You know that some people though, like grading is gambling, and people get their fix like just like everything else. What is the best part of grading? When you get to see your grades and that anticipation, am I gonna win and get a 10, or am I gonna get skunked? Like, that's really part of it. So I could see it translating to this machine that you're going to put the card in and make noises and catch on fire, most likely. But if it actually worked, like that would be kind of cool. Like it'll be a rush for people, and it'll be like
the content, the YouTube content.
Yeah.
Is going to be through the roof with like the vloggers, the card show vloggers going up to these machines, putting their card in and going crazy like they just hit a 21 or something. Like it's going to have that appeal to it. But again, the problem at the end of the day is that might be too accurate. Honestly, like I really feel like the folks that would get the rush from that, who enjoy the gambling side of the hobby, who like all these things that we're talking about, may not do it just because it could be accurate. It could be way too accurate.
What situation would you use this hypothetical tag grading pod? Is there any
content?
Anything
for us? For us, it would be content. Yes, I would take a card. I would take a couple of cards, maybe a couple of different, eras of cards, put them in, see how it works. For me, I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't feel comfortable jamming into a machine like you said.
Right.
And like you said, Mike, it just catches on fire and there go your cards. And how do you prove like how much they should get? Like, are they going to be insured? Are these things going to be insured?
Right. Like how many times do you put like a dollar in or a quarter in the machine and it eats it?
Gone.
Right. Gone. Yeah. And like where's my Tom Brady rookie card?
What the hell?
See people shaking the machines.
I would hope there would be like some sort of like value limit on something like this. Like they say, no cards that you value over 200, and they might do something. Again, this is not happening anytime soon. But if it did, maybe they would put like a cap, if at all. Right. Maybe they put a cap on it that way because of the insurance, the legitimate insurance concerns. Maybe they say cards 200 or less or some sort of value like that. But again, I would use it for content. I don't think anyone who wants to grade their cards wants just to do it that way. I think you're right, Mike. I think there is that aspect to pulling the slot machine lever, but those type of people want to take the chance to get a 10. I don't think Tag's just going to be churning out 10s like PSA does.
Logistically too, like you think like how many slabs, like how big is this thing going to be that they can fit a bunch of empty slab pieces in it and then have the machinery to be able to take the card in and get it graded, then also get it like encased like it's just massive.
Like they're gonna have extra ones there for the guy working at the gas station to like refill the slabs and the labels. Well, they etch them into them, don't they? But yeah, refill the slabs like every day when he goes into work. That'll be part of it.
Yeah, that would be that's actually hysterical. The other thing that I thought of is we're talking about all this technology. It reminds me of, someone who says, oh, I just made I'm a scientist. I just made a lemon turn into a lime. And I'm like, so we cured cancer? Are we good on the cancer thing? Like, that's kind of what it makes me feel like. There's so many other things in this hobby that we need to probably work on, that this is not a priority. Let's work on different other things, and then we'll get to this. This does not feel like a necessity.
And it also feels like something that would be really hard to do at any kind of scale that actually made them money.
Right.
Like the technology to take a card, not damage a card, identify the card, grade the card, and slab the card is going to take some equipment, I think, that costs a lot of money. And if you're charging $20 a grade or $30 a grade, might take you a long time before you're even a break even on each machine. So I don't know if
each card is $150 to grade.
It might be, yeah.
I feel like it would be cheaper for them to put an actual human being inside of the box.
Yeah, it definitely would be.
To do everything.
Maybe
there's a human in the box.
They can beep, beep, boop, boop, noises. Beep, beep, boop, boop. There's a card out of them.
How'd that go?
Fantastic.
Beep, beep, boop, boop. Here's your card.
That sounds vaguely familiar, Joe. Does
it? Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, okay. Totally different. Totally different.
Totally different.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, did you guys see that the first ever Marvel Topps Now cards are being released? They have the Captain America Brave New World as the movie poster. Actually kind of a cool looking card, if we're being honest.
Sure.
No autographs in this, right? EP, is that no autographs, just parallels in it.
Yep.
So unfortunately, they don't have the big prize for the lottery ticket. But hey, you have to have different levels of lottery tickets. Like, not all of them can be for the big prize, right? Mm-hmm. So some of them have to be lower. Cool looking card. Not something I'm interested in buying. And what were they, like $15 a piece?
Yeah. I was gonna say. Well, at least there's no chase. Like, they can do like for $5, right? No, they're $16 a piece.
Yeah. So a cool card. I don't know. Maybe this one will actually be pretty low printed because the movie doesn't have a whole lot of hype coming out around it. First one, nothing special to get out of it. But even if it's not that big printed, like, is it going to be worth anything anyway? Maybe not. So I don't know. We're going to see it. None of us are surprised that they're doing Marvel Topps Now, but I am maybe a little surprised at choosing this one, other than the fact that they already paid for the license and they need to try to make as much money off of the license as they can. So, hey, let's just do it.
Rest in peace, Marvel cards. Like, I feel so bad for some of my Marvel card friends who still have hope. I'm sorry, Spidey Hits. I'm sorry, Marvel Madness. All you guys, you probably still have hope. And you're like, EP, I mean, me too. I mean, I love Marvel cards. I kind of opened a couple of packs of Wolverine for the channel. So, like, I do love Marvel cards, just a handful of packs. But, man, this is like the first. What did I send you guys? The GIF of And So It Begins from, was it The Two Towers?
Yep.
Like, it's just what it feels like to me. And I'm sorry, but you can't get Anthony Mackie to sign one or two of them. You can't take some of those sticker Harrison Ford autos and slap, throw one on a couple of these.
Just like one, even just one card. Like, that's your thing. Yeah.
Like it's not technically, I mean, it's the Red Hulk, it's whatever, but it's only his fist. But still, a Harrison Ford auto, take one of the stickers that you're probably using for the Galactic whatever antiquities and throw it on there and make it something special. $15 for what you might end up getting parallels. And by the way, I know I called this when we were talking about Topps taking over, Fanatics taking over the Marvel IP. They're going to focus so much on the movies. You're not going to get those sets that like you have back there, EP. Like the Infinity Gauntlet stuff that's a comic book or like Fleer Ultra stuff, which is a new artwork. It's going to be a lot of the movie stuff, and they're going to lean into that. And their first Topps Now out of the gate is a movie that's not doing great. I mean, I don't know. If I was a Marvel collector, I would be like, maybe I'll just start buying some older Marvel products from Rittenhouse and Upper Deck and just, have fun with that, because you're going to probably be spending quite a boatload of money. I think this is the microcosm of what Marvel Tops is going to be, right?
Oh, 100%. And I hope it's at least a little bit better. The parallels, I think there's like none that are higher than 90, numbered to 99, but there are a handful of parallels, including a 1-of-1, which I guess is kind of the chase. But I agree with you 100%, Joe. Like, you can't get one autograph for this. Like, if you're going to launch Tops now, Marvel, like, at least get an autograph of Anthony Mackie or Harrison Ford. Like that. How do you not get just the one like that? That's all you need. And so this is definitely a fumble, and the price again is outrageous to me. Like,
$60?
Yeah, like I don't understand who is this for? Like, who's going to buy this? Like, that's
the question. Who is this?
Yeah,
for?
like who's going to buy it? And so again, like, they're not thinking about collectors again. They're thinking about how can we make the most amount of money, and hopefully this one does bite them. Like, I really do hope that this happens.
But they have no money into it. But that's the problem. EP. If they're not paying for an autograph or anything, it's just the printing cost, because they already paid for the IP.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I will say though, like, this would make for an amazing insert set in an actual product. But movie posters, like posters from the MCU movie posters, like that'd be. I would collect that set in a heartbeat. That'd be great.
Guess who does movie posters and episode posters for their cards?
Who would do something like that? No.
Rittenhouse does. I mean, because of course the good companies do shit like this, and then the bad companies make it a $16 Tops now. Like, that is such a, like, I don't know. You're taking advantage of collectors and people who don't. I hate to say it, but Marvel collectors who have been so graced with Rittenhouse and Upper Deck's presence of making these cards, you're really just taking advantage of them. You're like, we're gonna put the $16 card out, $16 per card out. Maybe you'll get a 1-of-1, and they're not used to being taken advantage like this, because Rittenhouse didn't do it and Upper Deck didn't do it. So they're going to be taken advantage of for a while before they catch on, just like sports card collectors have been.
Yeah, they're kind of saying, here's what you're going to get, right? With the $16 for this with no real inserts. Like, here's what you're going to get. Get ready for it.
Yep. And what you're going to see is kind of what happened, when Panini got the WWE license. You had a lot of people start buying WWE that weren't wrestling card collectors. They were Panini sports card collectors. Mm-hmm. Kind of have a feeling, I've seen it now already going back to Tops, a lot of the Tops Chrome stuff. Oh, wrestling's hot now. And no, it's Tops is trying to sell this to people other than wrestling collectors. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but a lot of the people that are buying that product are never going to watch a WWE show. They're just going to open the product. A lot of breakers are doing the same. We're going to see with Marvel now, because these cards probably aren't as much to all the people who have been tried and true Marvel collectors all along. This is that guy who buys like the Caitlin Clark Tops now is going to be like, oh, that's the first Marvel one. I got to get that, because that's probably going to be worth money. I don't know anything about this movie or universe or anything, but I'm buying that card because it's the first one. So it's going to happen. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's what companies do. They're paying a lot of money for the licenses. They're going to try to make as much money as they can on it. I do have a question for you though, EP. You're kind of excited about Tops taking over Marvel, but my question is, like, what is it that Upper Deck wasn't doing that you feel like Tops doing would be better?
I don't think Tops will be better. I'm
You're just hopeful for the different product.
I'm hopeful that they don't F it up. That's
okay.
But also, like, I do love the Tops, like their Tops brands and Tops products are Tops brands and Tops insert types and stuff like that I want to see incorporated. I prefer the Upper Deck ones. I could prefer the Upper Deck ones, but also it'd be cool to see them in. So, like, if they do some really cool Top stuff, use the Tops Chrome, use refractors, that sort of stuff.
Gallery of heroes, gallery of villains.
Yes,
do it. If you're not doing it, you're stupid. They won't. They absolutely won't.
That might cost money to create something. I mean, and they're not going to do that.
Think about triumvirates. There are so many different things that could be awesome if they actually did it.
I think we even talked about some of these things: the Gallery of Heroes, the Triumphants. I think we talked about potential insert sets. I will agree and disagree at the same time with you on something, Mike. I think because I said from the jump that they're going to lean into the movie stuff. You know, I think it was UEP. Who is this for? It's for people who don't don't read the comic books, don't care about new art. It's the people who watch the movies. So I wouldn't be surprised, Mike, if they're targeting both people who just, oh, it's the first Tops Now, I got to get it, the gambling aspect, all that. But I think it could be for people who wanted more movie stuff from Upper Deck and didn't get it. And maybe this is their foray into, oh, I'm an MCU fan, not a Marvel fan, if that makes sense. So I could see some of that because Upper Deck didn't do a ton of the TV stuff, the movie stuff. Maybe Fanatics will. I really wish Fanatics would have just taken that side of it and left the comic book side to Upper Deck. But obviously, again, they're eating planets. They don't care.
All right. Well, let's move on. We talked a little bit about Whatnot at the very top and how horrible they are. There's going to be a new live selling site. Probstein announced that they're going to start their own selling site called Bid, BYD, because you can't spell anything normal in this hobby.
Was this reported on Collect with no E?
No, it actually wasn't yet. It should have been. That'd be awesome. But it was he was on the Sports Card Madness podcast and broke this news to him there. Going to launch in approximately 3 months. And it's going to be a live selling format. Some other details. This is kind of cool. They're going to use the Amazon style format for this. If you sell on the platform, you're going to take all your orders and send them in one package to Probstein, and they will ship out the packages to the individual buyers for you. And they're going to let buyers have a 30-day period that they can accumulate, or as a stack seller, stack up their stuff. So they only have to pay the one shipping charge. This is kind of huge. The one other detail from it was it's going to be a live selling, but the sellers who are approved to do it are going to have kind of their own studio. They want to have more than just hands holding cards. They want to have people that are selling stuff. I'm excited because Don West, rest in peace. I feel like Home Shopping Club is coming back on Bid. I can just see it now. They're going to be channeling their inner Don West. Get on the line. I have the Daffy Duck insert. I have the Tweety Bird insert. You get all of this for one price. Maybe I should do that.
You should do this. I think you're doing a little audition right now.
But interesting little twist on it. I kind of like it. It's kind of funny. I joke all the time about how all these streaming services, now they have ads and all this stuff. Everything's kind of turning back into cable. Here we are with live selling. It's kind of just turning back into the Home Shopping Club, and I'm here for
it. Mike, I'm going to disagree. You said you like it. I'm going to disagree. I love it. I love it. You know why? At the end of the day, everything you just said, it sounds great, but it's competition. That's all I care about. It's some sort of competition against the oligarch that is Whatnot, it feels like. Like, I just, any sort of competition in this space, in the hobby space in general, is great. Give me 12 vaults. That means these different vaults will have to compete against each other. Give me 12 platforms to sell stuff live. That means they all have to be on the up and up, and they all are competing against each other. Give me 12 card companies. Oh, I guess that's not going to work.
Not getting that one.
Not anymore.
Oh man, now I just got sad. But anyway, I mean, I like this, and Probstein seems like a guy who he's going to make it work. I really believe that, like, he's built an empire, really, with card selling on eBay. I'm curious how that will affect his eBay, that kind of side of it.
Well, they talked to him about that. He said that he's still planning on doing the consigning. He's gonna shoot for, I guess he sells like 100 million or something like that on eBay every year. Ridiculous amount. I could be totally wrong in the amount I said, but he said he's been in touch with eBay about this the whole time. So this isn't something that they don't know about. They know he's building it. He also made a little comment too that maybe in the future it could be part of eBay, integrated into eBay. So that part of it is actually very interesting too, because if that part happens, that'll really be legitimized. I'm not a huge fan of like live selling because I'm old. It's not really my thing, but that would be, they would definitely be a player in this hobby.
Huge player.
If it does that. I think they're going to be anyway. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant that they're doing the shipping for you and taking care of that. And he talked about they have 30 people in their shipping department now. So all the stuff they sell, they still get it out right away. So they're really proud of that. And, you know, to take that and their experience they have, that could be a really great thing, because that is one of the holdups, even for me, from ever selling on Whatnot or whatever, was, well, how do I sell low dollar cards and not have people have to pay like ridiculous amounts of money in shipping? And this way, people that are buying stuff being able to stack it up and pay one shipping cost, that's going to be appealing, I would think, to some people.
Yeah, it's great.
Mike, you say that you're not a live seller, but I've seen, I've witnessed your when you do your stack sales, like you are doing that. You're just doing it in text.
I'm not a live video seller,
right? Yet. Right, but I mean, you're like in theory, you're already doing it, like to some degree. So, like, live selling is huge. Like, Whatnot is massive, like wildly popular. And they're making a lot of money, and the people that are buying and selling on there,
they're also awful.
Making a lot of money.
Just point that out there.
They are, which that's why I love this, because you're looking at like Joe said, the competition. That's the issue. If somebody can come in and eliminate all that stuff and add some perks that improve it for the customer, for the users, like that's going to be an amazing. I mean, that could take off and be, could surpass it. Just like, we talk about BGS used to be the number one in grading, and now PSA leapfrog them. You could totally see this really taking off if they implement all these things. And like you said, Mike, the stack selling thing, the ability to, like, the Source Loss does that too, where you can put it in your box and have it all shipped at once. Like that's a huge thing. What did I guess that's it. You
have it written down, and I did.
The thing is, I had to write like little lines because then Mike was started talking about the Twitter thing. So like I did, but it's all good now. I'm good.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I will say any sort of competition is good. I think Probstein will do a good job with it, and if they end up down the road working with eBay, because eBay does have eBay Live, but I know it's not a huge thing. If they start working with eBay and really put some pressure on Whatnot, you won't have shits like Grant and Backyard Breaks doing what they do. You won't have people dipping cards, as Sports Card Radio calls it. You will have be held accountable for your actions, regardless of what you're saying and what you're doing. If there is competition out there that Whatnot's like, oh, people don't like this, we need to shut it down. We need to kick these people out. I think the only reason they're not is because there's no competition. They can get away with it, right?
I think we need a cuss word jar for Joe this week. Every time he cusses, he's got to put $1 in.
Wait, what did I say this time? I didn't even catch it. What did I say?
You usually don't.
You're welcome.
The three of us need to quit our jobs.
Okay.
Do this full time. Imagine.
I thought we were going to start our own grading pods, and we're going to sit inside the little boxes and put.
Well, we'll do that for our passive income. Yeah, I'm not getting in the box. I'm claustrophobic. No way. But, yeah, I think we would be good at this. So
yeah,
we watch Don West. We know how you do it effectively. What's going on? Are you being interrogated down there?
Yeah, what is going on with you today? All of a sudden, the sun is like beaming directly into.
There's no sun. It's the same darkness as it was. I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh my God!
Beam me up, Scotty.
Professionals. We are all professionals.
Yeah. Let's quit our jobs and do this full time. Yeah. So Prism WNBA has been released. Boy, oh boy, it is still selling for $1,100 a box ish on eBay. I just checked this morning. Caitlin Clark base rookie cards, they fluctuate between like 60 to 90, but a lot of them are in that like $80 range. A lot of the parallels are selling for over $1,000. But here's the thing. You're paying over $1,000 for the box. So you need to get a numbered parallel of the best card in there to break even on your box. You're not surprised.
No, this is how, what are we talking about?
How
This
it
is how
works.
sports cards work. I don't care if it's WNBA. I don't care if it's NBA. I don't care if it's cricket. This is how it works. Like, you spend way more than any. I'm going to bring it up again. Topps Star Wars Antiquities, or whatever it's called. I have yet to see a box that made the $3,500 price. Like, I have yet to see one. Maybe there was one that $3,600, maybe. But like, you need to get the best card for any of, because people are gambling addicts and they are spending $1,000 to try and hit the 101. They are willing to lose their shirts on it, get a base rookie, maybe get 10%, 20% of their value on a good day. This is not new. This is not just a WNBA Caitlin Clark thing. This is just sports cards. That's all it is.
I've said it before, like, breakers play with Monopoly money. Like, the money they're spending on this kind of stuff is like Monopoly money. They're just throwing it around. They're just paying for all this sort of stuff. Meanwhile, people like us are like, like, you think about a parent and their kid walking into a shop and say, "Oh, we're finally saved up our money. We're going to get Prism this year. We're going to get Caitlin Clark rookie," and they have to pay $1,000 for it. And they open it up, and there's no Caitlin Clark in there at all. And like, we saved all this money and to get this, and we didn't even get one.
That's why you don't buy
the
boxes.
Low end Caitlin Clark. Well, no, I'm saying, but I mean,
it's child abuse if you let your child buy a box of sports cards, right? Really like teach them. Call CYS at this point. I like teach these kids right out of the gate at age 9 or 10 to just buy singles. And even you know what? If you want a Caitlin Clark rookie, fine, find one for $60 to $100. You're still saving the $900 that you'd be wasting on a box, even though $60 to $100 for a base rookie is absolutely ridiculous. This might be the one. I'm going to go out on a kind of a limb here. This might be the base rookie player that holds more value going forward in ultra modern times than any other base rookie, just because it's Caitlin Clark.
Investment advice from Joe Day.
This is not investment advice, but I'm just saying, don't feel as bad spending $60 on a base rookie of Caitlin Clark as you will on Jaden Daniels, because they'll move on to the next one with Jaden Daniels. Next year, there's going to be a whole other quarterback class, and the year after that, and the year after that. She is such a generational talent. I think it's different. I think it's a little different. I'm not going to buy one, but I wouldn't feel bad if someone wanted to go out and spend $60 on a base one, because I don't think they're gonna like plummet down to $5 boxes. I don't.
I kind of agree. Like, there's nobody really that can step in and take. I mean, yes, there will be players, Paige Beckers and Juju Watkins are going to.
My grandfather does not know who Paige Beckers is and does not know who that other person is.
Right.
He knows who Caitlin Clark is. The Wayne L. Day test.
Right. So I mean, they're going to be coming in, but they're not going to. There's not unless somebody is an outrageous talent, and we would have known about them already playing. They would have had the same buzz as Caitlin Clark in college. So there's nobody there to take away the juice like there is with Jaden Daniels. Next year, the new player's going to come in. Everybody's going to.
Shador Sanders is going to be a story unto himself with his dad and all that stuff, right?
Right.
So
yeah, I'm not probably not going to buy one of the rookies, but I probably should. Like, I agree with that. I also saw, and the way the seasons work, Caitlin Clark went right from college to playing right in the WNBA right away, so she didn't get any sort of break whatsoever. So like, this will be her first. This was her first off season since she played in college. So it'll be interesting to see what she can do in the WNBA. Like, who knows? I mean, she may cement herself as one of the greatest. Well, I mean, she's still pretty young, but start to cement herself as one of the greatest of all time.
I want to make one more point about this that I found looking through eBay. Just came out, right? Somebody had 2 PSA graded base cards of Caitlin Clark, and they got a 9 and an 8.
Woof.
So somebody paid big money,
$500, right?
Base cards graded by PSA and got a 9 and an 8.
Wow.
I'm thinking that probably wasn't the plan.
We might talk about this on our Wednesday show. Right? Right? That's one of our a little foreshadowing.
Don't miss that.
I'm curious if they I mean, obviously they had to pay an expedited amount. I'm curious if they opened their boxes before they were supposed to. You know what I mean? Like it was a shop or a distributor that got them earlier than they should have. But yeah, to have that to pay that amount is mind blowing. Because what's a 10 go for? What didn't you say? Like a 10 went for like 1,000 or something like that, Mike? Or was that what we were just spitballing?
Parallels, parallels
we were
1,000.
Yeah, we were spitballing on our text.
Not a PSA graded 10.
There
was just those two, and it was 9 and an 8. So yeah,
whoa,
interesting.
I feel like with the news we have about Prism football having a very low PSA 10 percentage. Like this person, I don't know. Well, there are two ways this went. Somebody got these cards and put them on a pack. It's like, oh, it's pack pulled. It's going to be a 10, and then said, I'm just going to go walk up there and just pay $500 or to give me my 10s.
They didn't put on a post-it note pack pulled. That, you got to do that. That's just pack.
Yeah. So either that happened, or they actually looked at it and said, man, this looks like it's a 10, and actually took the time, and then they got a 9 and an 8, and then so that would it be kind
or
of
the PSA grader was like, screw this guy.
These are way too early.
What are you doing grading base? Let's have a little fun with them. Right? Like, who knows? Who knows?
All right. Well, speaking of PSA grading, I have a little game for you guys to end up the show this week.
Yes.
I have a list of the top 10 most counterfeited cards sent to PSA. And I'm going to see if you guys can figure out. You're going to guess some of them. Some are going to be pretty obvious. Some are going to be interesting and make you go, I'm stealing Arsenio Hall's act.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers him. Yeah. So I forget who gets to go first.
I'm going to go first as the defending champion of all time.
Number one's easy. So yeah, go ahead.
But wait, shouldn't the challenger go first?
Okay, I'll let EP go first.
Sweet. What Caitlin Clark card does he think?
Yeah, which Caitlin Clark? Yeah, that's a good point, EP.
Jordan 86 Fleer rookie
Jordan
card.
86 Fleer numero uno. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Brady contenders.
No, incorrect.
Okay, all right. You're gonna guess my second guess. Then
well, I'm not going to. It's a T206 Honus Wagner.
No, I don't think they get enough of those. That would be the problem.
Okay.
Yeah. 52 Mantle.
52 Mantle is number 5 on the list. We're tied up 1-1.
Oh God, we're actually keeping track of this.
89 upper deck Griffey. 89 upper deck Griffey.
No, surprisingly,
really?
That is.
I thought that card would be on the list.
So many of them.
Right. There's so many out
there. There's so many real ones.
They don't count the ones Upper Deck printed and gave out because they're technically printed by Upper Deck.
Yeah.
Right. Mike, I'm gonna use my first question.
Okay.
How many? Because I get a question because I usually win.
I each get a question. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What is the breakdown of sports that's left?
I don't know. I'd have to count them up. I don't want to give it away. Hard. Like there are all sports on here.
All sports. Okay, then I'm going to go with the Wayne Gretzky rookie. Which one though? Tops or OPG? I'm going to go OPG.
It is. That is the number 2 most counterfeited card that they get. So
that's like when I was hitting on a 16 and I got a 5. I'm like, yes. What?
So I have 2 ideas for ones that Mike's like, oh, you're not going to get some of these. Victor Wembanyama Prism rookie. No.
Well, actually, I'm kind of surprised because that Chinese ones.
Yeah, that's
like they were like the Canadian port. That's actually a really good.
That is a good point. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. Joe?
This is so random, but maybe Tiger Woods rookie card? Upper Deck 2001? Okay.
No.
There were a lot of those.
I can see that being on there. Yeah, that's true.
There were a lot
of those out there.
Yeah.
Okay, my second tricksy guess that I think is maybe tricksy. The
EP is more concerned with trying to guess the ones I wouldn't think you would guess and getting the obvious ones. Okay.
Wayne Gretzky Tops rookie. So both Wayne Gretzky's. Oh, okay.
Only the O-Pee-Chee, which is number 2, but the Tops isn't there at all. That is
None
kind of
something.
interesting.
Yeah.
Is there a Brady?
Yes.
SP. Brady SP
No.
rookie.
Nope.
Brady Bowman Chrome rookie.
No. There are 2 Tom Brady cards on here.
Oh my gosh.
And
Brady
the ones
Bowman
that you're
base.
not going, these are ones you wouldn't think would be. That's
what
a
cards?
fair.
Bowman or Brady tradition rookie?
Nope.
Trying to think what Brady card would be easy to counterfeit. I mean, easy.
But the rookies, they're rookies?
Yeah. There are 2 Brady rookies on here.
Is it like Skybox Impact?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude.
No, hold on. 2000 Skybox Impact Brady rookie is actually the number 3 most counterfeited card.
You know why? You counterfeit $5 bills. You don't counterfeit $100 bills.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually very, very interesting.
And the other is along the same lines. I will give
press
that.
Pass?
Well, it's not your guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. EP, guess my guess.
It wouldn't be press pass. It would be.
Need a guess?
Press pass.
Are waiting.
No,
press pass. It's not press pass. They probably thought they were when I sent all mine in, but
no, yeah, I was gonna say you sent like 12 in. They're like, Jesus, this guy's really pressing it. I'm gonna go away from Brady. How about Shohei 2018 tops? No. Okay. Are there many ultra moderns in this?
No, none.
No. Okay. There's got to be someone.
LeBron James Upper Deck SP rookie?
No.
How about
there are 2 more Michael Jordans on here?
Oh wow.
There's
Jordan Star. Jordan Star.
The Jordan Star.
Yeah.
There we go. That is the number 6 most. Number 4 on the list is a baseball card that you probably aren't going to think of. But then after you think about it, you're like, yeah, I can see why there are probably a lot of those out there.
Can I say the player but not know the rookie or not know the card?
Sure, go ahead.
Babe Ruth?
No.
No? Okay.
Frank
kind of
Thomas,
along the line of the TO2.
Frank Thomas 90 tops?
No, that's a good guess.
Oh, that is a really good guess. With the no name, you could erase the name.
It's an 80s baseball player. There are
Nolan Ryan rookie?
There are 3 cards on here from the 80s and 2 from the 2000s.
The 85 tops Mark McGwire?
Yes, that is the number 4 most counterfeited. That's the one I was talking about. Like now it seems funny, but
at the time, dude, there was like 1998
so many of them made. That's kind of the thing. Those cards are all out there, so collectors get them and don't know that these were fakes that were made 20, 30 years ago, and they're still sending them in, and then they find out. So,
and these are just sports cards, right? These are just sports cards.
There are only 4 cards left on the list. You did a pretty good job here.
I'm still like racking my brain on the Brady. Let's go with playoff.
No. Okay.
Because there's like 3 or 4 playoffs. I was just trying to look at Mike's face.
No. And you got a quick no.
Yep. Quick
Along the same lines, thinking of the McGwire thing, what about like the 1987 tops Barry Bonds?
Incorrect.
Okay.
I don't know that card was ever hot enough. You have to think, what
well,
cards were really hot and valuable back during that time that people would have made counterfeits. I'll give you each 2 more guesses.
Okay.
It's not your guess. Okay. You each get 2 more guesses, and then we're going to wrap it up.
All right. I'm going to go with
Joe wants this Brady.
I want the Brady so bad. Those are going to be my 2. Those are going to be my 2 guesses.
EP
do you have the Brady, EP?
No, I don't have the Brady.
Oh, okay.
I got whatever the next number is though. 100%. No doubt.
I'm going to go with 2000 Fleer Mystique.
Why would they? How are they going to counter?
How do you not say
No!
ultra? How do you not say ultra? Ultra.
Fleer Ultra?
No,
Damn it.
Mystique.
no Fleer of any kind.
Well, you didn't say no right away, so I wasn't
You were
sure.
trying to read me.
I was. Damn
What's
it.
the next number on the list? Because I got it.
Number 7.
Number 7, 1986 Jose Canseco Donruss rookie.
Incorrect. Not on the
What?
list at all.
Really?
Okay, you each have one more guess.
How was
I'll
that
put
not
you out
on
of your
there?
misery.
All
I
right.
don't. That would make sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to trade for one right now, so I'm going to throw this out there. 2000 Skybox EX.
How are they making that? Who
I
has
don't know.
card stock
In their garage.
Just think of that.
Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Damn it. I've had a 9.5 beer. All right. Wait. I'm beeping out of this.
Oh.
All right, yeah, one more guess.
I'm gonna say one that's my actual guess. I'm gonna say another one that would be my if I had
Okay.
a second guess, I would say it.
That's
my next
two
guess.
guess? This
Yeah, but it
He
doesn't
only
count for
gets
the
a point
score.
second one
for the-
doesn't
It
count.
doesn't count for the score though. It doesn't count for the score.
Okay.
82 Ripken rookie card.
No, but that is a good guess.
Okay. And then my guess it doesn't count the 80 Ricky Anderson rookie.
No, another good guess.
Oh, okay.
There was a Ripken on here,
Oh,
but
really?
it is Billy Ripken, the 89
Oh,
year
gosh.
puck face card. I'm going to say it. We're late in the podcast.
Yeah,
the puck face.
Base.
Yeah, that was number 9 on the list. Number 7, Joe, the 2000 Aurora.
Oh
Tom
man.
Fine.
I know.
One of those in my debt. Son of a
The
bitch.
number 8 on the list was the 1985 Nike Michael Jordan promo card.
Oh geez.
Is that
Which
the
you
one?
never
The
got.
oversized card? Is that an
it's the
oversized one?
isn't
I
it?
think
Like the
Where
doing
he's
the
dunking
dunk,
and
yeah.
his okay.
And number 10 on the list, the 2009 top Steph Curry rookie.
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
So-
That one I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, that
Aurora.
like who thinks 2009?
Yeah, Curry over like a LeBron. Like I think LeBron would be way more over. Or, like,
You would think?
counterfeited.
But I have a list, and I
What was
read it
the
right
score?
off the
What
internet.
was the score?
That's
What was the
true.
score?
The final score was 4-2. Joe wins again.
Shocking.
Shocking.
I'm so upset about the Aurora because it's going to be, by the way, next week. I'm going to put it out there for the folks. I think next week this is going to be completed and put up. I made a huge Star Trek trade. Huge.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm not exaggerating. Literally, the card values, including cash, over $10,000.
Okay, well, do that, detail that in a video, and the people that are
I think
interested in that kind of thing can
I
watch
think-
it, and the rest
yeah,
of
I
us
think I
can
might.
just not pay attention.
But hold on. I'm going to put that Aurora card in there because it's one for my personal collection. So I'm so upset. I missed Aurora. No one else is watching right now, so I'm just going to throw this out there. I didn't bring it up at the top. I think Rittenhouse Cheers got pushed back a week. So it's not the last week of February. I believe it's going to be the first week of March. I have 7 people that have claimed spots. Brent Heintzelman actually just claimed one via text because he doesn't watch our YouTube content. So, and Ziggy, please comment down below. You comment all the time. Are you okay with me opening this up on the channel? Because you would be number 7 if you are. So I have 5 spots left. We've got another week to figure this out, but I'm really excited for Cheers. It looks so fun. So, all right. I'm drunk.
All right.
I'm drunk.
There you have it. All right, guys, that was a good chat this week, and I will see you next week. Take care, guys.
Boop, 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 boop. See you, boys.
Adios.